Not sure how I managed to do it, but all 12 of my cars are broken. Oh wait, I'm being told that I have 13 cars. All 13 of my cars are broken. Hey everybody, Ethan here. Welcome to Hello Road. So I'm coming to you from my car collection slash junkyard. It's really hard to tell if it's a car collection or a junkyard. There's a bunch of cars covered in ash from the recent fires in the area. It kind of looks like just a bunch of junk piled up in a driveway. But if you clean off some of this dust and some of this ash, there are some gems here. But they're gems with problems. Yes, all of the cars that I have here, there's something wrong with them. Every single one of them is broken. Yeah. Now we should probably get into the psychology of why someone like myself that doesn't have a whole lot of mechanical ability decides to try to save some of these old cars from the crusher. You know, a lot of these cars were going to get crushed. Some of them came from the auction, some of them came from Craigslist. Super cheap cars, but yes, many of these were just destined to be scrapped. I had the crazy idea to try to buy some of these things and fix them up. As you can tell, it's been slow going. So let's talk about the cars that are here, and I'll give you a quick update on the status of each of them. Some of my vehicles haven't been driven all that much, so let's see if we can come up with an actual plan to sort out the remaining issues and drive them more often. This is my 1990 Pontiac Turbo Grand Prix. It's a very rare car, only about 3,000 of these things made of this year. So you might remember that this car had brake issues, and somehow the car decided to magically fix itself. It actually did. The brakes are still working fine, which is so weird, but I'm not complaining. But that doesn't mean there aren't issues. There's still a slight hesitation under hard acceleration that I haven't been able to figure out. So that's what's going on with this car. But let's move on to one of my most recent acquisitions, what year is it? I don't even know. I have so many cars, I don't even really know what years they are. This is my 1994 Lexus Gs 300. Got some major issues. I got some of the stuff figured out, but it's still pinging like crazy. There's some sort of issue with the timing. The distributor has been replaced. It's got new plugs and wires, new harmonic balancer, new airbox, among a few other things, and it's still not running right. Also, yes, battery's dead. Let's move on to this car. I haven't even made a video with this car yet. This is my Jeep Grand Cherokee. This is a 2002. It's got a brand new battery, but I can't get the thing to start. So yes, another starting issue with that car. Here is my 1997 Ford Probe GT. I made a lot of progress with this car. It's got a brand new timing belt, brand new water pump. It had a big overheating problem when I first got it, and now that's pretty much sorted out. So now we just have to sort out the clunk coming from the rear end and a few other small issues, and then this thing will really kind of be back on the road. Now I sound pretty positive about that car, but there's still some major issues that I have to sort out. Also, I think we need to take a quick look at my shirt. As you can see, this is pretty much what happens to me every day. I start working on a vehicle and then something catastrophic happens and I'm not able to actually get the thing fixed. Now maybe you're in a similar position as me where you have old cars, but you're not quite capable enough to fix them. Maybe you should treat yourself to a Hello Road Broken Ford Probe t-shirt that I've got available for sale at helloroad.tv. All right, let's check out the next car in my collection of broken 80s and 90s vehicles. Okay, right here, my 1986 Nissan Stanza Wagon. This car also is covered with ash from the fires, as all of my cars are right now. I really need to get them all washed, but that's not the urgent priority. The urgent priority at this point is get these things actually running and driving so I can enjoy them, or sell them to allow somebody else to enjoy them. So this car right here has some pretty significant electrical issues. It needs a new fuel pump, and I still haven't got rid of the stench that is in this car. It smells like pee, not the best. And then right here is pretty much one of my favorite cars I've ever owned, my 1988 Chevrolet Nova Twin Cam. This car is not passing smog. It's not passing the California emissions test. Yeah, every single one of these cars is broken. Every single one of these cars is broken. Sorry, I just need to sit down and cry for a moment. I would suggest not owning this many cars. It's generally not a good idea. It looks glamorous, but it comes at the cost of some serious psychological damage. All right, so here is my 1986 Porsche 944 Turbo. This car has kind of become my daily driver. I drive this thing all the time. You think that a car with 400,000 miles on it would not be a good daily driver, but this one has been actually quite good. However, recently it's developed a pretty nasty clunk from the rear end. Generally speaking, this car is still pretty good to drive every day, but a few issues that I need to take care of. Also, massive power steering fluid leak that I haven't taken care of yet, so that too. And right here is my super rare 1991 geoprism Gsi Hatchback. This car has been sold. I like this little thing, but it's finally time for it to move on to a new owner. I sold it on eBay, and the new owner should be picking it up anytime now. And I'm very glad that it will be going to someone that appreciates obscure old vehicles, so that's pretty cool. What else do I have, and what's wrong with it? This 85 Mitsubishi Galant is one of my newest additions to my fleet of terrible cars, but this one actually isn't all that terrible. There's a slight transmission clunk, but other than that, it runs and drives great. My 2005 Scion Xb. Now it looks nothing like a Scion Xb at this point. It's completely torn apart. My most recent video about this car was talking about how I was going to restore it, and basically I'm just waiting on parts. This car still runs great. There's nothing mechanically wrong with it, but I can't drive it because I pretty much ruined it. So basically I'm waiting on front and rear bumpers for this car. So yeah, technically nothing exactly broken with this car at this point, but I can't drive it because I ruined it. And finally, Liam Nissan, my 1997 Nissan 200SX SER, 24 Hours of Lemons race car. It's just sitting here. It has no engine. We're not gonna get to it anytime soon. We haven't been racing because of COVID. So yeah, this car is basically gonna sit in my garage for the next few months. Oh well, another broken car. Par for the course. I should be working on the cars. Instead, I'm taking a little break because I'm a little bit overwhelmed. But I think I have a plan. I actually just met this guy named Joe. He's a really great mechanic, and he helped me with a couple things with my Ford Probe. And he works at a place called Sean's Auto Care, which is only 5 minutes from my house. I think what I'm gonna do is bring them like 3 of my cars all at once and just throw all my problems at them and see how they do. So maybe they can help me fix a few of these hoopties that I've got here. I think I'll start with the Lexus, and that's kind of one of the most broken, and that's one that I really don't think I'll be able to figure out myself. Next thing I really wanna try to take care of is that 1986 Nissan Stanza Wagon, because that car is just so weird and it's so cool. Okay, so I've got 3 cars over at Sean's right now, and I'm planning on sending a few more. Let's make my fleet of terrible cars slightly less terrible. And I know I should probably stop buying cars that are broken, but before we go, I should probably tell you something. I may have bought another car, but I can't tell you about it today. But rest assured, this one is broken too. You'll find out about this one in a future episode. See, I even have cars you don't even know about that are broken. How's that for commitment to this cause? All right, that's just about it for today. Hopefully in the next episode of Hello Road, we'll have some of these cars actually running and driving. Oh, and another thing, if you want to know about what cars I purchased before everybody else gets to know, or you want early access to my videos, or you want to help me continue to make terrible decisions when it comes to buying vehicles, please consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/HelloRoad. You'll get some perks and you'll help me continue to be able to make videos. You know, YouTube ad revenue doesn't really pay a whole lot nowadays, and I'm trying to find other ways to be able to make more videos and to be able to put them out more frequently, and to be able to still buy a few $300 hoopties and fix them up and save them from the crusher. So if you'd like to join me in this quest and get some perks and to be able to help me continue to make these videos, I'd really appreciate it. So yeah, come join me on this quest to save old cars from the crusher. Come join me on this journey to appreciate the cars from the 80s and 90s that not many people seem to care about anymore. And you know what? I should probably give another car away. It's been over a year since I gave away a car. I gave away my BMW 740iL last year, and it's high time we gave away another one. Should it be this one? I don't know, this one still needs work. I mean, all my cars need work. Winning one of my cars isn't really like a prize, it's more of a liability. But anyway, I might give one of these things away. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you join us on Patreon. And yeah, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for the support. Hope you're all well, and I'll talk to you soon.
Welcome to Probe. Please press an icon to select a feature.